1 second. All right, just 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. All right, it should be visible again. Are you guys able to see it? Hi, guys. Are you able to see the screen again? Can anyone confirm? Can I get a thumbs up? Is this screen visible to you? ACCA, a new pathway to your success. Students, please confirm if this screen is visible. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Palak. All righty. So as I was saying, ACCA stands for Association of Chartered Certified Accountant. It is, globally accepted, recognized in 180 countries. And this number that you see here, 230,000 members, 538 students. Of course, this is increasing day by day. Now, ACCA is essentially a global body for professional accountants. So after completing ACCA, essentially you become an accountant, a global accountant. So you are not just, pertaining to one particular country, that you're the accountant of this country or let's say XYZ country, but a global accountant. Your qualification is basically recognized in these 180 countries. Now, this is world's most forward-thinking and innovative professional accounting body. Then, few things to know about ACCA. Of course, it is very student-friendly in terms of being flexible, and this is something we'll touch upon in the benefits also. So let me just quickly mention it at this point that flexible in the terms that, of course, you can give examinations from anytime, anywhere. Quick and cost-effective path for global qualification. And of course, various exemptions are available for Indian students depending upon their qualifications, which is something we will be discussing in this webinar itself. And it does have a high passing percentage compared to other qualifications. Again, something which we will touch upon. Then, of course, it is high in demand. So apart from being recognized worldwide and being super flexible, quite affordable, it is high in demand. World's best qualified and most highly sought after accountants. It is, of course, trusted by various organizations because there are many employers who are ACCA approved employers. So if you visit the ACCA website, you can actually have a list of all those employers who are ACCA approved. So there are these big fours, big MNCs, which are there. And of course, ACCA is always on top of emerging trends, legislation, and legal requirements and helping to shape them. And that's one of the reasons why this is such a popular course, because, it is updating itself as and when we go forward. And of course, ACCA is a course wherein there is not really, as such, you would say, any rote learning. As you progress, as you would move forward from your knowledge to skill level, you will see that you need to understand a concept and then apply it somewhere. It's not like you have to learn something, read something, and just remember that and just write it down in the exam, which is something which you used to do back in our school or college. So because of this aspect of ACCA, professionals, the employers really know that ACCAs really know their, accounting, whether it's auditing, taxation, accounting. So they know that they have studied in such a comprehensive manner. All the things have been covered and in a practical manner. So that's why employers really prefer ACCAs in the workplace. All right. So moving on to benefits of ACCA. Why should one pursue ACCA? One would think that why exactly should I do ACCA? First and foremost, now these are, of course, few benefits that I have listed here. The list goes on, but of course, we can't be talking about that because then that will require a separate webinar altogether. So quickly, I will discuss the major benefits of ACCA. First one being global exposure. Yes, like I said, it is recognized in 180 countries. It is recognized over the world. And it in ACCA, you study IFRS, which is your International Financial Reporting Standards. Now, IFRS is something which is being adopted by more and more countries. So the need of ACCAs is now even more growing, because even as a CA is also an accountant, but they don't study IFRS, right? They study Indian accounting standards. So you would see so many CAs in today's world, either they do ACCA and or they do the diploma in IFRS, because they need to have the knowledge of IFRS. But ACCA already teaches you IFRS, something which is going to be around and now something which is being adopted around the world. So it gives you a global exposure. It is, of course, giving you a entry pass to international career. It is, recognized in so many countries, be it UK, Europe, Canada. There are so many people who I also know when I was working in the Big Fours. People, used to work here in India for some years, take experience, and then they used to apply. And of course, once they met their visa requirements and everything else, they used to shift, go abroad, whether it was Canada, UK, Singapore, some countries in Europe also, wherein they could easily find a job as an ACC. And that's only possible because you have done a qualification which is globally recognized, which is globally valued by the employers, by the industry as such. Now, another benefit of ACCA is, of course, this certification offers many possibilities. Yes, once you do ACCA, people think, oh, ACCA, I'm an accountant, so I will just have this one option of accounting. No. After doing ACCA, you have pool of opportunities, you have pool of possibilities, right? You could be an accountant, of course. In that also, you could either go into the management accounting side, or you could become a financial accountant. You could go into the advisory side, you could go into the risk management side, you could of course go to a very popular section, which is of course audit, another popular stream which is taxation, then there is finance, there is forensic accounting, and the list goes on. So once you do ACCA, and when you're studying this course, right, you are being taught so many things, right? It's not just you being taught one particular thing that I think someone has unmuted. Can you guys please mute yourself? Yeah, thank you. So it's not like just one particular thing you're being taught and you will just have one option that, oh, I'll be only able to go to audit or only be able to go to tax. No, there are endless opportunities. Once you're studying, you will all, start developing interest. When I was studying, I was inclined towards audit. That's why my first job I took in audit. Then as I was studying as an affiliate, as an student only, I had the job when I was in skill level. Then suddenly I gave FR paper and all of that. And I was a little interested towards financial accounting. So I switched, I went to another Big Four, and there I was working in financial accounting department. So even the switching is easy because you've done a course, you've done ACCA, you could switch from audit to tax to financial accounting, because the employer of course knows that you have studied all, you have mastered everything. So of course, this certification definitely offers many possibilities. Apart from that, when you're working in this professional world, certain rules, amendments, laws, it is expected that you know all of these at your fingertips, right? And ACCA teaches you all of these amendments that happen, the tax laws that keep on changing. They equip you so that when you go to your workplace, you're sorted. Then the third one is, of course, a well-structured program. Yes, it is a comprehensive program. Everything is covered. But when I say everything is covered, I don't mean that, things that are not necessary also are being taught. When we are in school or college, we feel sometimes that, why am I being taught? I remember when I was in, studying back in 10th class or 11th, when we used to do maths, I used to always feel, why am I being taught trigonometry? Am I ever going to be using that? But trust me, with ACCA, you will never have that feeling, because ACCA is teaching you whatever you will actually use in the practical world. And I have myself seen that, right? I have done ACCA, I'm a member, and I worked in a few organizations. So I have seen that whatever I have studied, whether it was in audit, whether it was in financial reporting papers or tax, it is something that you will actually use in your workplace. So you should not just study for the aim that, oh, let me just clear this paper. You have to study, you have to understand everything, because this is something you will use in your life when you're working at the workplace. Then the fourth and a very important benefit is, of course, flexibility. Yes, this is, I think, very important, because ACCA offers the flexibility which I don't think any professional qualification at this point is offering such flexibility. First, you can give exams at your own pace. There is no grouping systems like we see in CA. You can give exam one attempt at a time, one paper at a time. So you can decide. So there are 4 attempts. There is a March, June, September, and December. So these are the 4 sittings that are there. right, in a year. Now, I could give a subject exam in March, and I could think that, oh, you know what, I'm working professional, I don't have time in June, so let me skip the June setting. You could absolutely do that. Or I might think that, oh no, I'm taking some leaves from my office in June, I can give the June setting, so let me give two papers at that time. So it is your choice. This flexibility is given to you. You can give two papers at a time, one paper at a time. You could skip a sitting if you want to, depending on if you are, let's say, busy with your classes, okay, college classes, or let's say if you're busy with anything else, maybe you are working professional, you're not able to manage your work, right? So in that case, it will be really beneficial. Just 1 second. Hello. uh all right, I just got a chat. Hello, ma'am. Hello. All right, so moving on. Yeah, as I was saying, so it is really beneficial, right? So you don't have to worry about that, oh, I have to give my college exams around the corner. How will I give ACCA? So let's say if you have your college exams in March, don't give the March sitting, attempt in June. So that is something, this flexibility is something that ACCA is offering, which is very, very important. Whether you start right after your class 12th, maybe you're in college, maybe you're starting with CA IPCC, you are doing CA IPCC, you're not being able to clear it, so you are thinking of ACCA, maybe you are a working professional and doing ACCA. This flexibility will help you whichever stage in life you are. So this flexibility is something which ACCA offers, which makes it a really great course, a great professional qualification. And fifth one is, of course, cost effective. When you compare it to other professional qualifications, it becomes cost effective in the sense there are a few professional qualifications which are very expensive, like CFA and all. And then there are few you might think, oh, they're not that expensive. But when you see that you have to give a lot of attempts to clear that papers, maybe there is a grouping system or they are just way too difficult. So in that sense, ACCA becomes quite cost effective because the passing percentage is higher, and that's mainly because of the flexibility, because nobody is there pressurizing you that, hey, you have to give in this attempt, hey, you have to give so many papers. No, it's your choice. You study, you give, and then of course your chances of clearing that exam will be higher, and hence you will not have to be paying again and again for a paper, and it turns out to be quite then cost effective. All right, then moving on to the ACCA eligibility criteria. What is the eligibility criteria? So many students have this query. Am I really eligible? Can I do ACCA? So here's the main eligibility criteria. Let me just break down to you. First, to be eligible to register for ACCA qualification, those students who have done their 10+2 exams, that is, who have cleared the 12th exams, and they have an aggregate of 65% in maths or accounts and English. So either you can choose one from maths or accounts 1 and English if the aggregate is 65% and 50% minimum in all other subjects, then yes, you are eligible. You could straight away start your ACCA. But let's assume you do not meet this criteria, or you have just cleared, let's say, your class 10th, but you want to do ACCA, then you can still do so. There's not to worry. You can still do so by the FIA route, which is the Foundation in Accountancy route. Now, this is nothing different. Basically, the subjects that you have in your ACCA knowledge level, right? There are 3 exams. The same papers are there in FIA route also. It's just a different name is given. There are some other papers also in FIA route, but those are all optional. These 3 are basically that you have to give, and these you would have essentially even which is given if you are doing just after your class 12. Yeah, you do not have to worry. You can still do ACCA because you can follow the FIA route. So those students who are from, let's say science background, they also sometimes want to come and do ACCA. So yes, you can do. It is very much possible. So, one doesn't have to worry about that. All right, then let's talk about the ACCA exemptions. Depending on your qualification, ACCA also offers some exemptions. Now, I have just given out here's few examples of some popular courses which people do, an exemption list for that. But of course, there are many other courses for which you could be eligible for exemption. To know that about that, you can contact FinTram Global, and also you could either just on Google type ACCA exemption calculator. You'll open a link and you'll go to the official ACCA website, wherein there's an exemption calculator, wherein you can put your university name and everything like that, and they tell you if you're eligible for exemption. You can also email to ACCA and they are happy to help. Otherwise, like I said, of course, you can reach out to us, FinTram Global, and we will be happy to help you. But let's just discuss these few, categories. Let's say you are a BCom student. You have completed, let's say, BCom, or you are a MCom qualified students. Are you going to get any exemption? Yes. You're going to get 4 subjects exempted. So I myself had done BCom honors, and after that I started ACCA. So I got those 4 exemptions and I straight away moved to the skill level paper, right? So you will get exemptions from entirely knowledge level and 1 level paper of skill level, which is your law. So basically you're getting exemption from BT, which is business and technology, MA, management accounting, FA, financial accounting. Now these 3 are knowledge level, and law, which is of your skill level. So if you are done BCom, you're done MCom, you will get these 4 subjects exempted, right? Total, there are 13 papers in ACCA, and if you are, done, let's say, BCom or MCom, these 4 subjects you don't have to give. Let's say you have done MBA and now you want to do ACCA. Are there any exemptions? Yes, 3 subjects will still be exempted, which is your knowledge level, BT, MA, and FA. Let's say you have done CA IPCC, you have cleared both the groups, right? You are a qualified CA IPCC qualified student. Then you will get 5 subjects exempted: BT, MA, FA, tax, and AA something, which is your tax and audit and assurance, is something you'll not have to get. So entire knowledge level and 2 papers of skill level. Now, let's say you are a qualified chartered accountant, but you want to do ACCA because, like I said, global opportunities, IFRS, and why not, right? So great news, out of the 13 papers, 9 subjects are exempted. So you only have to give the professional level exams. BT, MA, FA, law, PM, tax, AA, FR, your financial reporting, financial management, everything is exempted. You straight on move to your professional level. So that is a great, opportunity. And you can, of course, quickly, in less than a year, clear those exams and of course become an ACCA also. So these are some exemptions that ACCA is offering. And like I said, if you're doing any other course and you want to know about the exemptions, either contact FinTram Global, or you could also on Google just type ACCA exemption calculator and see whether you are eligible for any exemption or not. Now let's talk about ACCA fee structure, because let's be honest, any course that we think of doing, we have to know the fees, right? How much money we are going to be spending, because that is of course an important, becomes an important part of our decision whether to do this course or not. So these are of course the, firstly, all the amounts are mentioned in pounds, because ACCA, when you do ACCA, they charges you in pound. And you can say 1 pound is approximately around 90 rupees. Of course, this would fluctuate, but it is around that time. And all the fees that is mentioned here, it could also be changed as per ACCA's discretion. So, this 30 pounds could maybe become 31 or 32 pounds, 116 could become 114 also, 118 also. But more or less, this is what it is. So firstly, of course, when you start any qualification, when you even, let's say, go to a college also, you have to register, right? You have to fill a registration form. So with ACCA also, there is of course a registration fee. When first time you register, that time only you have to just pay this fee, which is 30 pounds. And like I said, these amounts could change by ACCA's discretion, but at this moment, it is what it is, this much it is approximately. So 30 pounds is something you will have to pay. But of course, if you're doing with FinTram Global, this will be free. You don't have to pay any registration fee, because FinTram Global is a gold approved ACCA learning partner, and that is why they are able to offer you these benefits. Then there is an annual subscription fee, as the name suggests, annual, right? This is something that every student will have to pay annually to ACCA. Yes, this is not something one time you will have to pay. Let's say in 2023 you are going to pay, then 2024, and it keeps on going. So this annual subscription fee is going to be paid annually. This is approximately 116 pounds, but of course with FinTram Global, you will get 50% off for first year. Then there is exemption fee. So for each subject that you're going to get exempted, of course they're going to charge you some amount because you're getting exempted, right? You are not giving examination, you're not paying any exam fees to ACC for that, so you'll have to pay exemption fees. So depending on how many subjects you're getting exemption from, the fee will range, but I've just given an example here. Let's say you're a BCom qualified student, so you are going to get 4 exemptions, right? 4 subjects. So approximately ACCA will ask you for £400. It might seem a lot, but again, if you do with FinTram Global, who's a gold approved ACCA learning partner, you'll have to pay just £60 as compared to 400. And of course, if you are doing, let's say, CIPCC, the charge, because the more subjects are exempted, this amount will increase. But with FinTram, it will be a reduced amount. So if you want to know about that, you can again contact FinTram Global to know about the exemption fee benefit that you could get. Then there is, of course, exam fees. So depending on which level you are, whichever exam you book, you'll have to pay a fee. But it's not like in college, we usually pay one lump sum amount, right? For the year, the amount is paid. But here, it's not like that. Whichever exam you're going to give, you just have to pay fee for that. So let's say in March, I've decided I'm going to give one exam. So I'll just go log into my ACCA account and book my exam and immediately just pay the fee. It's online, hassle free, literally takes less than 5 minutes, and it is done and dusted. So this exam fee will, of course, vary from the level you are at, knowledge level, skill, professional. Every level will have different exam fee. This is something that you're directly paying to ACCA. And the last component of a fee structure would be your coaching fee, depending on from where you're taking your classes, right? If you're self-studying, maybe initially you started self-studying, but it's always suggested for a course like ACCA to definitely take the help of a tutor and a fun institute. And if you are doing with FinTram Global, you don't have to worry, because we are one of the most affordable coaching institutes there for ACCA. Like, you can literally go and compare our rates which is mentioned on our website, to the rates of other people who are offering ACCA, and you can see the difference. And there is no difference in quality. Our quality is actually even better, I would say. But we have kept these fees minimal for the reason that when FinTram started, their aim and goal was always that we want to make sure that students are able to take this coaching. We could also skyrocket the prices, right? But then there are so many people who will not probably do ACCA, thinking that, oh, ACCA, there is already so many fees, plus the coaching fees will be so much, so how will I do? So that's why we always wanted to keep these fees minimal, so that more and more students can afford it and do it, and they can do it in an affordable manner. So like I said, coaching fees will be varying depending from where you're taking your classes. Now, before we move on to really seeing the syllabus of ACC and all of that, let's first see how can FinTram support. So like I said, FinTram Global is a gold approved ACCA learning partner. So there is quality. Otherwise, we are gold approved by ACCA. And our logo, as it says, learn anytime, anywhere. Flexible classes, recording are provided to you. You can watch it whenever you want, whether you're a working professional, you only have time in the night, so watch it then. You are a morning person, watch it in the morning. And of course, we have 100% interactive classes also. Like, we have our live classes also now going on. And apart from that, for the recorded classes, every weekend we have a live session wherein students can join in. The faculty will go through any important topic or maybe a technical article, and also take in any queries that you may have. The students who have been enrolled with us, they also get the WhatsApp number of the tutor, so they can message them, ask them whenever they have a doubt, right? So all of that is there. There is our exam pass assurance. FinTram Global is a one-stop solution. We help students right from their registration to coaching them, training them, mentoring them, and with placements. You just are not studying ACCA here. You are getting a practical lesson that, okay, how to be when you will actually be at your job, at your corporate. So all these sessions that, are conducted, our faculty, we have the best faculty team committed to high passing rates. Most of our faculties are working in various big fours. All of our faculties are, of course, professional accountants. They are all qualified accountants, and most of them are either working now in corporates, in big fours, or in the past they have worked for many years, 15, 20 years also of experience they have had. So yes, there is that practical exposure, their experiences that they share during these lessons is something that you will really gain from. And we, of course, like I said, have an affordable fee structure. And I have a great news for all you students. We do have a special scholarship for all you students, which can go up to rupees 1,12,500. To know more about that, you'll have to visit the FinTram's website. And in the end, I'll also share a number, a WhatsApp number in which you can WhatsApp and, get more information with regards to that. So this is something that FinTram is supporting with you all with. This is something that, they are helping you. So I've got a YouTube comment. Is there any special offer for Delhi University students? Yes, for Delhi University students, there are special offers. So you can reach out to FinTram Global team, and for them, the exemption fees that they will have, that usually have to be paid, fees is absolutely free for Delhi University students. So for if you're a Delhi University students, do contact FinTram Global, and you have various special offers also. So that's there. And like I said, there is scholarship for every other student, which can go up to this amount. Then we have our demo classes also, right? So it's not like we're just telling you, come take tuition from us. No, visit the website, book a free demo class. You will get a demo class, and you will then for yourself see what is the style of teaching, how does the faculty teach, and then you will yourself, I'm sure, know that, okay, this is good, I really want to go there. So we have that free demo class also. So make sure you are visiting the website to take a demo session. And apart from this, like I said, our faculties are qualified accountants. They have vast experience in various, they're working in various big fours, they've worked in industry, so they know a lot of knowledge they have that they share through these lectures. So you're not just learning ACCA the subject, but a lot more, which is absolutely necessary in this day and age. All right, now coming on to the ACCA syllabus. All right, so for ACCA syllabus, this is your ACCA syllabus. So I hope you can see the screen. So that, like I had mentioned, right, there are 3 levels. You have your applied knowledge level, then you will move on to your skill level and your professional level. Now, another great, thing that ACCA offers, in the flexibility point only, I'll say this, is that once you clear a level, you move on to the next level, of course. But in a particular level, you can give the exam in any order. What does this mean? Let's say I'm at knowledge level. So I don't have to give this order only, that first business and technology, then management accounting. I could start with financial accounting, then give BT, then give MA. Once I've cleared my knowledge level, and also knowledge level, and the first paper of skill level, which is your corporate and business law, these are on demand exams. That is, for these exams, there are not those 4 sessions. These exams are available to you 365 days in a year. It's on demand exam. Whenever you want to give this exam, you just have to visit the website. I think a week before you have to book the date also, and you can just give the exam right from your home on your computer. As simple as that. So these are on demand exam. You don't have to wait for those sittings. You can just give these 4 exams whenever you want, 365 days available. Then at the skill level and your professional level, for all the other papers, you have to give in those sittings. But at a particular level, in your skill level, again, you don't have to follow any order. I could give first taxation, then I could give financial management, or I could give first audit. So it all depends on you. What do you want to do? Right. So this is again a great flexibility that ACCA is offering. Then you move to your strategic professional level, wherein there are 2 essentials. So these are compulsory paper that you have to give, which is your strategic business leader and strategic business reporting. But the other 2 papers that you have to give, you can choose. So there are 4 papers from which you can choose 2. So let's say I'm interested in tax. I want to, let's say, work in tax field. So I will, choose advanced taxation. And with that, maybe I'll take advanced performance management. But let's say I'm more interested in audit. So of course I'll give the AAA exam. With that, I could either choose finance or APM, whatever I wish to do so. So you have also again a choice. Then the experience, from the experience point of view, to become an ACCA affiliate, you just have to clear all these exams. But to become an ACCA member, only when you can use those words ACCA after your name, you will have to get a 3 years of relevant work experience. Relevant work experience means in that field, right? Either in accounting, auditing, tax, in that relevant field, right? It's not like you can do a marketing job and say, oh, count this in, right? Because that's not related to ACCA as such, but in a relevant field. Now, these 3 years of work experience does not have to be continuous. That, okay, 3 years I do in a firm and only then it will be counted. Maybe I did 1 year, let's say in EY, then I took a break. 1 year I'm not even working anywhere. Then 2 years I completed with some other firm. So that three total is three, right? So that will be counted towards this relevant work experience. Maybe before I started ACC, I worked 1 year with some firm. That will also still be counted. Again, a very great benefit that ACC is offering. And then there is, of course, an ethics and professional skill module that you will have to complete before you become a member. This is the final step. This is online module that you have to do. It's a basic module, just like a training presentation will be there. And then you have at the end have to give a very simple test. Nothing super difficult in this. After you've cleared all this paper, this is going to be a cakewalk for everyone. But this is just basic ethics and professional module that everyone needs to complete because you're going to be working in a workplace. So, of course, you need to know about ethics and professional skills. So, very basic. So when you do all these steps and complete your 3 years work experience ethic professional module, you finally become an ACCA member, which is something we all been working towards, right? So that is something you will achieve once you cleared all of this. Now, if you just talk a little bit briefly about this levels, your knowledge level is fairly, I would say, of course, the simplest, because the subjects in your knowledge level is something that you would have already studied in your 11th and 12th accounting. For example, your business and technology is more of an amalgamation between your economics and business studies that we have already done in 11th and 12th commerce, if you have done so. Then management accounting, financial accounting, again, very basic, right? You're learning about budgeting, cost accounting, financial accounting, the basic double entry bookkeeping system, your golden rules. You'll apply that. What is the journal? What is ledger? Trial balance, basic P&L. So it's very basic at this level. Then your skill level, also the first paper, corporate and business law, again, very basic, something that is not too difficult. You're just learning more and more about some laws, international laws, trade laws. So very simple. If you are, let's say, a BCom qualified, then again, these four would be any which ways exempted, and you'll straight then move to the other papers of skill. Whether it's performance management or taxation, of course, taxation, you'll study UK taxation, or if you are in another country, you could take their variant, like Singapore has a variant. So you can check that out. There's financial reporting, wherein you are starting off now to learn the various IFRS, but this is at still a basic level. The SBR is a more, wherein more IFRSs will be introduced. Then there's audit and assurance, wherein you are learning everything about what is auditing, internal audit, external audit, the auditing standards. Then there's financial management. All the financial concepts, models are something which is covered in here, equipping you with all the knowledge that you need when you enter that workplace. Then at your professional level, there is strategic business leader. Now, this subject is very interesting. Actually, few of the topics are coming from BT, business and technology, into this SBL. You're learning about few management styles, leadership styles. It's a very interesting subject. Then there's strategic business reporting, a very, very, I would say, important subject. Many students might find this difficult also, but this is a very important subject. If you do this subject well, if you study this well, you're sorted in life, I'm telling you, because here you are learning more deeply into IFRS, learning various important IFRS, and this subject, whatever they teach you here, is something you will use in your real life, especially if you work in financial accounting and advisory field in any company. All right, then optional papers is just the advanced version. For your FM, you have advanced financial management. For your performance management, you have your advanced performance management. Taxation, then the advanced level, and audit and assurance, their advanced level. So I was always keen in audit. So that's why I had done in past advanced audit, and with that I paired it with the advanced performance management. All right, so this was the ACCA syllabus. Now let's talk about the job opportunities. We are doing any qualification because at the end of the day, of course, we want a job, right? You're not doing it for fun. Everyone wants a job. Now, some of the most popular ACCA job fields are these. Of course, there are many more, but these are only how much ever I could list down here. And the companies also, these are the top companies which usually hire ACCA. But of course, there are many, many, many more. Like I said, ACCA approved employer list. You can just check out on the website. There are so many. So some of the most popular, let's firstly talk about the jobs of fields. Auditor, of course. When you do ACCA, one of the most popular field that people choose is auditing. I myself started my career with the audit department, and audit is something that we have studied, right, in the skill level. Or if you skip the skill level, if you get those exemption, you will, of course, can take up in the professional level as the advanced audit and assurance. So you learn various important things, and that is something that you can actually then apply in your workplace when you are actually working as either an auditor or an audit assistant, audit junior role, whatever you get. Then there is risk management, another very popular field. You could either work in tax accounting if you have, let's say, interest in tax and you do specialization in tax, you, let's say, took advanced taxation, then of course you will be, able to happily work here. There's financial accounting. Whatever you study in FR, SBR is something you will definitely use in your financial accounting, role. I myself switched from audit to financial accounting, and you can easily do so because you have done ACC, a qualification wherein you have studied all of these things. That's why switching is easier, because the employers know that, okay, this person has done ACCA, this person can work in audit as well as work in tax, as well as work in financial accounting, and many more. You could work as a treasurer, you could work in forensic accounting, and there are so many others. Of course, we have just listed a few over here. Then, some of the most popular and common companies around the world that hire ACCAs, and around the world and in India also, right, are of course the big fours, which is your KPMG, Ernst& Young, Deloitte, and PwC. Then you have your Credit Suisse, State Street, Morgan Stanley, Barclays, BDO, Grant Thornton, and of course many more, which hire ACCAs around the globe, and of course in India as well. I myself have worked in the big four. I know so many people who work in BDO, Grant Thornton. Like I said, I know so many of my friends who were working with me in EY when I was working with them in Gurgaon. Then they, after working few years with them, they shifted to Canada. Some went to UK and they were working in BDO Canada or EY UK. So, this was of course possible because they had done ACCA, a qualification which is valid in these countries, which is recognized in these countries, and very much in demand in these countries. And of course, you have to meet those visa requirements and everything. But that opportunity is there. If you do a qualification, let's say if you just do BCom, it is very difficult for you to go out. You can then only probably dream of going out as a student on a student visa studying something, right? And that cost is going to be so high. Rather stay in your country, do ACCA, get that experience, and of course you can stay in India and work there as well. There's no harm in that. ACCA in India, you are getting paid as much as a C or CPA would be in your company. When I was in EY, we have the same salary of at that level. If you are a senior, if you're a CA or a ACCA CPA, they were getting the same salary, right? So in these big fours, these big MNCs, it's not going to matter. So you could, of course, be in India, work there, but there are so many students who have this aspiration that they want to go abroad either permanently or for 4 years. So that will be possible if you do a qualification which, gives you those opportunities. And of course, you have to meet the various requirements of those countries. But apart from that, that opportunity will be there. There are so many companies, especially the big fours. You see, they send their employees in secondments. So if when I was in KPMG, I was in the audit department. So they used to only send to secondment to UK, but they will not send anyone and everyone. That, okay, if you are just a BCom graduate, you're doing good in auditing, they'll send you. No, they used to only send ACAs or ACCAs, right? So they used to see that, and not that you have completed it. As a student, I was working in these companies, right, before I completed my all the papers. So they used to give only the opportunities to these people who are doing or pursuing a qualification, or a qualification which they know is global and is of course prestigious. So and from your company also you could be sent to these countries, and of course when you go onshore you learn a lot more, right? So these opportunities are available only of course if you do a qualification like this, which is of course ACCA. All right. So with this, I just want to thank all of you for joining in, and we will have a Q&A. But before that, I just want to mention that if you want to know anything more about the ACCA course with regards to fees or exemptions, registration, or of course about the special scholarship which can go up to 1,12,500, all you have to do is just contact FinTram Global, who's the gold approved ACCA learning partner. The website details are there on the screen. The phone number is also there on the screen. You can WhatsApp on this number and get whatever information that you need to get. Apart from this, I will definitely suggest do visit the website at least once to take a free demo session, right? There's no harm in taking a free demo session, like there's no harm in taking this free webinar. I hope something you might have gained from this. So just take a free demo session. And apart from all of this, do follow us on YouTube and Instagram as well. With the name, we are there from the name FinTram Global, because we put so many things, so much of content with regards to ACCA, job, teaching various things of the subjects, the revision shots, so many news and updates about ACCA, which is going to be really, really helpful to you. This webinar is also, of course, getting streamed on YouTube as well. So if you have to, let's say you find this helpful and you think someone else also will find it helpful, you can also share it with your friends. So visit us on YouTube. You will see there's so much of content. We have specially made separate videos for ACCA exemptions, ACCA fees, and so much more on Instagram as well. And we do so many announcements all over there, with regards to such webinars and other things and other courses also. So do follow us there. Now, if you have any questions at this point, any query, you can, type it in the chat box and I will be happy to take it. So does anyone have any question? Yes, Pawan, happy to take it. So does
Yes,
anyone
you can
have
type
a
your
question?
my voice was echoing. Yeah, you can type your question in the chat box, Pawan. Okay, Pawan has a question. I've completed MCOM and PGDM, which is your postgraduate diploma in management from AIMA with 10 years experience. How many papers exempted? So, uh, I think it should be 4 for MCOM, and postgraduate diploma in management usually, because they are going to overlap those exemptions. But again, you could check on the website the ACCA exemption calculator, like you could put the university name and also check for that. But it could be the case that it would overlap, because even for MCOM and MBA, the exemptions which are there, so whatever exemption are there for an MBA, you are getting for MCOM as well, right? So mostly they're going to overlap. So at least 4 for sure you're getting 4 papers exempted. Any other questions? Does anyone have any other question? Does anyone have any question, any query? You can either type it in the chat box, or of course, if later something question comes into your mind, you can of course, contact FinTram Global, visit their website. What are the different profiles that an ECCA can take up? Ishan is asking, as a job. Yes. So as I mentioned, Ishan, that there are so many options. If I go back to this slide, these are all the job profiles only, right? Whether it's your audit, your risk management, tax, financial accounting, there's forensic accounting, there's treasurer. You could of course become an entrepreneur after doing ACCA. You could go into the teaching field. So there are endless opportunities. You could just work in the finance department of a company, accounting, hardcore accounting. You could work in management accounting, and there are so many more. And you could either just work in the industry, various sectors of the industry, or you could work in the big fours. So all those opportunities are available to you. All those profiles are available to you. I hope that's Palak is asking, what are the steps to go for training in Big Four? Please tell. To go for training, are you asking? I'm unclear about your question, Palak. To go for training, as in how to get a job in Big Four? Are you asking that, or how to get trained in applying for those jobs? It's unclear. Could you rephrase your question, Palak? Could you rephrase your question, Palak? Are you asking from the job perspective, like how one could get a job there, or uh, how one? Yes, man. After completing 9 papers for PR training, or we can say job. Okay, so Palak, firstly, I will say that, of course, it's not like one has to complete entire ECC to land a job. I myself, as a student, when I was at skill level, I got the job. Now, of course, if you are doing let's say you're in college, you are in BCom, then there are campus placement, but that's a different game. Let's say you are doing ACCA and you have completed few papers and you want now to get a job. Firstly, there's a website, ACCA job portal, wherein there are job postings done by these various big fours. Even now, I just checked yesterday, there were so many postings by EY. Now, of course, I didn't check the work experience requirement. Maybe they were not for freshers, but of course, when even I was in EY regularly, once or twice a year, hire so many people uh, as freshers, right? So you have to firstly should have a LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn profile is very important. And on LinkedIn, what you should do is follow the HR, human resources of these various companies. It's very simple. Go to EY India or EY GDS, or or EY Global, which is in India. And in that, go to people section, search for the just title human resource, and then you'll get many human resources. you know you send them requests, they might not accept it, but you can of course follow them. And when you follow them, you will get their feed. Whenever there's a job posted, they will post it, and then you can quickly go and apply. From time to time, visit their official websites, EY, KPMG, or other big, since you asked for big four, all those big four's website, and they have their own job postings mentioned in the website, wherein for different cities you can filter out roles, and they do hire freshers, right? Not only from campus placement, but as an ACCA, if you want to apply, they will be more than happy to take. If you know already someone who's there working, then that's great, because then they can refer to you, and that becomes a little more easier. But apart from that, the first step has to be a lot of searching, whether it's Naukri.com, LinkedIn, or on their official websites. And of course, the ACCA job portal that is there, and that posts so many jobs. So you just have to keep looking and applying. Make sure you have a resume, good resume. and and then of course get going. And the most important things will be, of course, during the interview they will ask you questions with regards to the ACCA, the practical questions they'll ask. Like they might ask about an IFRS, they might ask you about some audit thing if you're applying in audit, so you need to know all of that. I hope that answers, Palak. All right, Bhavesh is asking, ma'am, I will be giving my BCom last semester exams in July. When I will be going to get exemption for knowledge level, and when I will be applicable for giving exams for skill level? So Bhavesh, once you like when I had completed my BCom, you have to send your mark sheet and degree to the ACCA. You just have to mail them, and then within days they will say okay, approved. They'll check everything, and then you can just get going. And since you are at the last semester, they might already maybe give you exemptions, so you can just mail them. You can visit the ACCA website, the ACCA Global. There will be a contact us section. You can check out the email ID, and then I think it's info at ACCA, something like that. Just mail to them that, hi, I'm XYZ person. I have done BCom from there. I'm at my last semester. This is my mark sheet. Whatever, till now you would have a mark sheet, right? And am I eligible for exemptions? And they'll tell you. It's a very easy process. They'll grant you exemption. You just then have to pay an exemption fee if you're doing on your own. But if you're doing with FinTram, of course, you will have to pay a reduced fee. And if you're doing with us, this process will also become simpler. So then you could get in touch with the team as well. And then you can just get started with your skill level exams. All right, Karamjeet is asking, after CA, is it worth it for students to do ACCA? Yes, of course, is it worth it. If you are at, say, let's say CIPCC level, you're not able to clear that, then of course I will suggest, after you've given 4 or more attempts, it is now time to change your direction, to choose something where there is a possibility that yes, you will complete it. Do ACCA. If you have already completed ACCA or a qualified CA, then you, of course, you still should opt for ACCA, because like I said, right, global opportunities, IFRS. As a CA, you are not learning about IFRS. IFRS is the future. IFRS is something in an MNC when you're working, you are working on IFRS only, right? In Big Fours, we were working on IFRS only. So CAs also were either doing the diploma in IFRS or doing ACCA. Otherwise, it's very difficult. How will you just study about an IFRS and apply it? You need to have that qualification to prove them, yes, I can do it. So as a CA, it is definitely worth doing ACCA, no doubt in that. Anything else, students? We have completed the time. It is 6:30. It's been an hour. But if there are any more questions, we'll be happy to take it. Otherwise, I don't want to waste anyone's time, and we would just end the session. So if there are any more questions, guys, put them in the comment box now. You're welcome, Karamjeet. Anything else? Anything else? Any other questions, query that you have, students? You can ask now on the chat box, or otherwise, if later after the session you think, oh, I forgot to ask this, don't worry. You can definitely, visit our website, contact us, WhatsApp on this number, or this video is also going on YouTube. Comment there. We'll be happy to take it up. You're welcome, Bhavesh. All right. Anything else, guys? Any other question? Let me know. Type it in the chat box. I'll wait for a few more seconds. Otherwise, we will end the session because we have crossed that 1 hour limit. So let me know if there's any other question. I hope this webinar was helpful to you all. And, like I said, visit the website, follow FinTram on YouTube. Also, there is so many things, so much content which relates to ACCA. So many on topics. We make videos which are going to be very, very helpful for all you students. This new year, a lot more is coming. So stay tuned to the YouTube channel. Make sure you have subscribed so that when a video comes in, you know it. So many offers are going on our website. You will get to know about that. We announce all of that in YouTube. You can follow us on Instagram, on LinkedIn also. So any other question? Does anyone have any other question? All right. I think there are no more questions in the chat box. So I will then just end the session. I would like to thank each one of you for joining in this session. Thank you so much for giving in your time to us. That means a lot. Pawan Rai says hi. Pawan, do you have a question? Do you have a question? Otherwise, I was just ending it. What is meaning of pass assurance? So exam pass assurance basically means that we are giving you assurance that you will clear your exam, but this of course comes with certain terms and conditions that which you know uh, how for how much duration of that you have taken our course, whether it was for 3 months, 6 months. So with 6 months of a course, we give you the exam pass assurance that you will clear our exam. This Monday the ACCA results were announced. Those of you don't know, and of course, so many students of FinTram Global have cleared ACCA with good marks, and we have posted about it on YouTube, on Instagram. So yes, and the exam pass assurance is that we give you the assurance that when you study with us, the materials that we provide, the comprehensive study material, the revision boot camp, the question marathon, all that we provide, we give you assurance that yes, you will clear this exam. All right. Anything else? Anyone has any other question? Does anyone have any other question? All right. So there are no questions in the chat box, I think. So, all right. So I will then end it. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining in. I hope this was helpful. Like I said, make sure you visit the YouTube channel and on Instagram. So many, informative videos are there. Definitely visit the website. Take a free demo class that you must do. And if you have any query, if you have any other questions in the future, you can reach out to FinTram Global. The team will be happy to help you. You can also WhatsApp on this number to know how to register. You want to register for ACCA. You want to start off with ACCA. You want to take the ACCA course. Of course, message on this number. Visit the website for knowing about the special scholarship for Delhi University students. For all of you, should just visit the website or message on this number and just get going. So happy learning, all of you. Thank you so much for joining in. And yeah, it was great. Thank you, everyone. All right, everyone. Thank you.